This is the War Brief Daily for March 29, 2026, covering the Russia-Ukraine theater. 5 confirmed developments. Here is what changed. Tonight, we are tracking. First, Ukrainian deep strikes on Russian energy infrastructure in Leningrad Oblast. Second, Russian guided bomb and drone attacks across Kharkiv Oblast, Chernihiv, and Poltava. Third, a Ukrainian Special Operations Forces strike on a Russian naval drone base in Sevastopol. Fourth, Putin's reported war finance request to Russian oligarchs, and the Kremlin's swift denial. And fifth, continued heavy ground combat across the Donetsk axis with 97 confirmed engagements. First, the deep strikes. On the night of March 26th to 27th, Ukrainian forces launched long-range drone strikes targeting oil and port infrastructure in Leningrad Oblast, near the Baltic coast. Russian officials acknowledged dozens of drones engaged in the region. OSINT sources corroborated strikes on port facilities and a chemical plant. This is confirmed by multiple independent channels. Full damage assessment is still emerging. Satellite imagery is expected to clarify the scope in the next cycle. Why it matters. Reuters confirmed as of March 25th that Ukraine has already disrupted at least 40% of Russia's oil export capacity. The Leningrad Oblast strikes extend that campaign to the Baltic coast, directly targeting the revenue pipeline that funds Russian military production. Second, Russian strikes on Ukraine. Russian forces struck multiple Ukrainian regions with KAB-guided glide bombs and drones. In Kharkiv Oblast, a glide bomb hit a village, damaging 21 residential buildings. Baltic was struck twice in a single day, drones both times. Chernihiv took a drone hit that injured a railway worker and damaged a food facility. In Poltava, a strike on an industrial site cut gas supply to more than 5,000 subscribers. All confirmed by regional administrations and Ukrainian emergency services. Russia's pattern is unchanged. Civilian infrastructure, residential areas, energy, and rail. Hit simultaneously to grind down both civil resilience and logistics. Third, Sevastopol. Ukraine's Special Operations Forces confirmed a strike on a Russian maritime drone operator base in occupied Crimea, confirmed through official Ukrainian SSO channels. Ukraine didn't target a drone. They targeted the operators running the drones. That is a higher value attrition approach that could disrupt Russian naval drone coordination across the Black Sea. Fourth, war finance. Putin reportedly met with Russia's top business figures and requested war funding contributions. The Bell and the Financial Times both reported it. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov pushed back, saying Putin did not formally request funds but welcomed the idea of voluntary contributions. The meeting happened. That is confirmed. The characterization is contested. ISW assessed this as consistent with growing fiscal pressure on the Kremlin. When Moscow starts asking oligarchs for money, that is a signal worth watching. Fifth, the ground war. The Ukrainian General Staff reported 97 combat engagements across all fronts in the latest cycle. Russian forces maintained pressure on the Donetsk axis without confirmed breakthrough. In the Kupiansk direction, Ukrainian defenders including the Kardia Brigade held dominant terrain features. Near Kostiantynivka, intense fighting continued across multiple axes. Ukrainian commanders reported a combined Russian force that included fighters described as African nationals. That is a single-source claim and should be treated cautiously at this stage. ISW assessed that Russian forces are unlikely to seize Ukraine's Donetsk fortress belt in 2026. That is the last major defensive layer in Donetsk Oblast. If Russia cannot breach it this year, its territorial campaign stalls, and Moscow may face pressure to recalibrate. Here is what to watch next. Satellite confirmation of damage to Leningrad Oblast port infrastructure. Russian retaliation strike cycles against the Ukrainian energy grid. Any official statements on the Sevastopol SOF strike. OSINT tracking of contact lines near Kostiantynivka and Pokrovsk. And developments on the war finance story. Confirmed oligarch contributions would be a significant escalation signal. Also continuing to monitor the NATO territory overflight situation, following Ukrainian drone incidents in Latvia and Estonia earlier this week. Alliance, legal, and political questions there remain unresolved. That is your War Brief Daily for March 29th, 2026. If this brief is useful, subscribe and come back tomorrow. We will have the next update ready.